What's going on, y'all? Gazer 2K back here with the Gust to Win podcast. This is episode 30 something. 30. I wish Steuben was here to tell me. I think it's 32, 3, 7,
32, I think.
something like
I think
that.
it's 32.
Steuben keeps track of the numbers. I just talk and ramble, and I'm just some dude. Steuben had something to handle today. As you know, pre-release has been going on, and he's had his handfuls with that. I'm happy for him. But joining me today, I actually have two replacement Steubens. I'm going to call them the little Steubies. I have here Professor Poke, James Simms, winner of the Fresno Regional in the senior division, and I also have Lucas Oldale, winner of the San Diego Regional in the senior division. I have two seniors with me. They're going to school me a little bit today. Fellas, how are you doing? James, what's up with you? How you been?
Doing good, preparing for Worlds, which I leave tomorrow. So yeah, doing good.
That's good. And Lucas, what's up with you?
I'm doing good. Kind of doing the same thing. So I leave for Worlds on Sunday. So,
Must be nice.
yeah,
I don't know what
testing.
Worlds is. I've never been there. I don't know what's going on.
Unfortunate.
I
You
know,
should just
right?
scam your way in.
Hey, easy.
Dude,
But no, I met both of you guys at respective regionals. I met James. I met you both at San Diego. And
yeah.
yeah, and Lucas, I've known you for a while through Twitter because you used to stream for a little bit, just a little bit. You stream for a little bit.
Yeah, I'm gonna stream. I'm gonna stream again.
I mean, why
He
not?
always says that, but he never does. He never
Hey,
does.
okay. My mom wants me to stream, so I'm gonna stream.
That's what's up. But yeah, I met you, Lucas. I think the first day of San Diego. I made a tweet saying, "Hey, several people have to meet," and you tweeted back, "You're like, Gazer, we have to meet." I'm like, "Oh shoot, okay, we do have to meet." So I'm like, "Where are you?" You're like, "Where are you?" And we're asking each other. And I think I was going to the restroom, and you were coming out, and you're like, "Gazer beam." I'm like, "Lucas." And we shook
Yeah.
hands, gave each other a big hug, and you're like, "Yeah, I'm in top four. I'm in top four." I'm like, "Oh shoot, okay." So then next time I caught you, I think was finals. And I was like, okay, I got to keep an eye on you. So I'm trying to watch, from the table, but not be too close. I'm like, is he doing well? How's he doing? I'm trying to watch. But yeah, that was a great time meeting you. And then in San Diego, same regional, James, you walked up to me and you're like, are you Gazer Beam 2K? And I'm like, yeah, man. I'm like, who are you? I'm expecting to hear a name. You're like, oh, you don't know me. And I'm like, what the heck? Stalker. Who is this guy? But then you're like, I listened to the podcast. I watched the stream before. You said I'm Professor Poke on Twitch. I'm like, oh, I do know you, man, Professor Poke. You said, yeah, name is James Simms. I listened to the podcast. You and Subin are hilarious. And that meant a lot, man. Like, that was my first instance of that. They call it imposter syndrome. When you feel like you're nobody, but then someone knows you, and you're like, whoa, I'm somebody to you. So, that was a big deal. And I met our boy, Stellar Wish, and
Oh, Logan Adams.
yep, I met Logan. Yeah, and he was like hyped to meet me too. So, just meeting you guys and a few other people I met in San Diego and just other regionals meant a lot to me. I was like, people know who I am. But yeah, it was so great to meet you guys. And now I have you guys on the podcast finally. We talked about this before. I wanted to get you guys on there before, but now I have you guys. I know a little bit about you. I'm sure the audience might not know a lot about you. You guys are just some upcoming seniors. So, let it be known. James, tell them about you, your background, how you got started, how long you've been playing. Tell them what's up, man.
Man, I think I first played in like second grade because
Sheesh.
Pokemon cards were like the cool thing at school and everyone had them. But my dad would only let me and my brother buy them if we learned how to play. So so we bought cards, we bought a couple like the starter decks we played, and then Pokemon died off. I didn't really play anymore, but they're still like kind of around our house. And then it's like 2019-ish where I found them again. I started building decks with them, and like looking online more. And then I discovered Limitless and like proxies, and I like proxy deck every single day, um, just like playing a ton. And just me and my dad would play. But then it was like right when the pandemic started where I wanted to get into competitive. Um, and so then instead I played in online tournaments, like the first Hexters on Battlefy. Um, and then I just kind of kept playing online tournaments for like 2 years, I think. And then IRL tournament started up, and I was super excited because I already had a decent grasp on like the game and how everything worked. So I wasn't coming in like completely like on the bottom. Um, and yeah, we're here.
Well, that's what's up. Um, so this is your first year as playing, right? IRL.
Yeah.
Yep, still a senior. When do you
First
have
and
you?
only.
Yeah. So starting next season, which I mean is already underway with all the challenges and cups going on, you're gonna be a master now, right?
Yep, I've already been to one Masters tournament, except there was one other person there.
Mm. So now
So
you're rocking with the big boys. Welcome to the big
it's
leagues.
not exactly competitive yet.
Yeah. Lucas, you've been playing for a very long time. I looked up some of your
Yeah.
stuff. Tell us your background, man.
So I started playing in about 2015, I think, 2016, when I was in grade 1 or kindergarten. I think I started learning. Um, my parents would only let me buy the cards, like James, if I learned how to play the game, because my sister had a bunch of cards and she just gave them to a random boy one day. So they taught me how to play it. They learned there. They realized how good of a game Pokemon is for like learning math and English, because that's how I actually learned math and English, was through Pokemon. So they took me to Vancouver Regionals in 2016, I think, and I top 8'd with Pyroar, because no kid played Hex Maniac in
That's the
that
one that
format.
blocks basic abilities, right? I mean basic
Yeah,
yeah, it has the ability that blocks basic Pokemon. Can't attack into it. So
I I literally made the best meta call at my first event on accident. I played a Delphox EX and a Blaziken EX. Those were two terrible cards, but because Pyro was so good, it was just a top 8, and then I hit a kid playing Hexmaniac in top 8, and I just lost.
ah,
So yeah, I learned that was my first regional. And then my mom became a judge and started running events in our area.
oh.
Right now she's running 2 events, and then we have an event on Friday. So she's really helpful with my Pokemon right now. And there was one store that she first ran. She ran that for about 3 years, and then we would run one on Sundays. So we would go Saturday, Sunday for tournaments, and that's kind of where I got my basic stance of the game. And then I met a few friends who kind of like catapulted me into a more deeper understanding of the game, and then I'm here now. So
Well, hey, we're glad you're here. How many more years do you have as a senior? Is this your last year too?
no, I have 2 more.
Sheesh.
Yeah, I have this season and next season.
Up and comers. I mean, you guys might be the one of you guys might be the next Reagan.
Wait, I worded that wrong. I have this world's, next world's, and the world's after.
So yeah, you got 2 more years.
Yeah.
This
Reagan
season's
is
just yeah.
being he's insane.
Hey,
Yeah.
that could be you guys. I mean, it starts with winning a regional. You guys have done that already. So, fellas, been trying to get you guys on here for a while. You guys are finally here. It's time for one of our most popular segments. You guys know what this is, right?
No,
No?
I mean I've listened to your podcast, but I don't.
You don't know what's
I
coming up? James, you know what's coming up, right?
Yeah.
Number 6. It's a 6 prize turn. What's going to happen here? I'm going to ask you guys 6 random questions. They may or may not be Pokemon related. You guys have to answer them as quick as you can, just to give the listeners a little bit more insight on who you guys are. You guys get 3 each. We'll take turns. I'll start off with you, Professor Poke, James Simms. Question number 1. What is your favorite candy?
Oh, Swedish Fish.
Really? They're okay.
No,
So
they're really
mid.
good. What?
It's so mid.
They're mid. They are pretty mid.
No.
Have you had sweet tart gummies? Okay. I gotta get you some sweet tart gummies. I told Subin about them, and Subin was like, "Hey, these are good. I gotta get Subin
Already
some."
get the sweet tart.
Lucas, what's your favorite Pokemon type?
Fairy.
Wafairy? I love Wafairy.
Okay, I was
Now,
thinking of water because it's a toddle, but the fairy.
why fairy?
It has the best because it has like the cutest mons. Because all other types have like a mixture between like cute and not cute. Fairy is like all cute. So yeah.
All right. Next question for James. James, what sleeves are you using on your decks right now?
Like what color or like what brand?
What brand? Brand and color.
Dragon Shield, and I like just whatever color I haven't bought yet. I buy that one.
Okay. Okay. Lucas, your favorite clothing brand?
I don't wear brands most of the time. I don't really care about brands.
So where do you get your clothes from? You just walk into a store and say, "Hey, give me that shirt."
Mostly I just shop at like we don't really typically go, but I just go to Walmart for clothes. I don't need that many clothes.
Hey, I got clothes from Walmart too. Ain't nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
James, favorite generation of Pokemon?
Ooh, Gen 7. I don't know, like Oranguru's cool. The Tapus are cool.
Gen 7.
Solgaleo's cool. They're all cool.
It's
Gen
above.
7 was like,
Gen 7's okay. It's so. It's like right in the middle. It's kind of. It's a little bit above mid. It's all right. It's
Gen
okay.
7 was like the only game that I went really hard in. The Tapus are sick. Those are awesome.
It's okay. It's
Also,
all okay.
Hapu's a Chad.
Her and her Mudsdale. She reminds me of what's the new chick? Poppy. From the new games.
Oh,
She reminds me a lot of
that's
Poppy.
the new card where you move 2 energies to one of your other Pokemon, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay.
But yeah, the characters just remind me of each other a lot. Lucas, last question. Favorite PTCGL Twitch streamer?
Gazer Beam or Landon Caitlor? Caitlor
Oh.
TCG.
Okay, I accept that. Okay, as long as Gazer was in there somewhere, that's fine. It's acceptable. That was the 6th prize turn with Professor Poke and with Lucas Oldale. All right, fellas, moving on. We need to talk about these regional wins you guys picked up. When I met you, Lucas, you were in the middle of your top 4. Tell me about that run real quick. Tell us about that run, how that started. What did you play in this is in San Diego, by the way. James, we're not going to talk about your San Diego run. It was very uneventful. We just won't even mention it. Didn't you go like
very
1?
eventful.
Didn't you go like
You got
1 and
4
5?
tries.
Yeah.
You went 1-1-4.
1-1-4. Yeah. So yeah.
You have the leak, Lucas.
But no, Lucas, tell us about your run. Start with your run. What did you play?
I played a Lost Box Kyogre with a Zero Aura. It was just full on baby deck.
So the Zero Aura, was that for Lugia?
That was for Lugia.
Which
yeah,
was like everywhere at the time? Ugh.
Yeah, you couldn't really play a deck that didn't have a tech to Lugia.
Yeah.
You still yeah.
Do you remember some of your first matches?
I think my round 1 was against a Giratina. So
was it Arceus or Lost Box?
Oh, this was before Arctina. This was Lost Box Tina.
Okay.
So, I went into that round just knowing that I was gonna do more for less when I was playing against Tina. So I kind of just won that game because they were trading 2 into me, and I would just win because they needed to discard energies. And when they crammed, they didn't have enough cram and a high enough velocity, and I would just put down a Snorlax, do 180 to something, and then they have to Tina it, and they can't use Star Requiem, so they have to loss on 2 energy, because if they have to cram twice into my Snorlax, and if they can't Sableye my Snorlax either. So my Snorlax was just a tank.
Snorlax is good. I ran into that problem in NAIC. I was playing Lost Box, and I ran into a Snorlax, a colorless Lugia build with Snorlax. I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't Tina these guys. I can't Sableye these guys. What do I do? I managed to win 1 game, and then I lost the next 2. I was playing against Jake from the Pittsburgh Pokemon Podcast. Jake, if you're listening, I'm still mad. This was in NAIC.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was basically whoever won that game was going to keep going for day 2, had a chance, and he won it. And it was a close game. It was a close match. But yeah, that Snorlax is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Did it come in clutch in any other matches?
I played 2 Snorlax just because it was good into the Lost Box matchup because again you can't Sableye it. And it was good into Lugia. It was very good into Lugia because at that time they would attach powerful energies and attack with Stoutland. So you would, in response, you would go Snorlax, Choice Belt, Thumping Snore, knock out the Stoutland.
Mm-hmm.
So I played 2 because it helped against like the top 2 decks. So yeah.
So the way seniors work, since it's a smaller number, how many rounds do you guys have?
I think it was 6 rounds in San Diego.
6 rounds, and then so I'm guessing the record of what 4-1-1 get you in.
Yeah, but now with later on in the season, we got more players, so it ended up being 7 to 8 rounds.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So yeah, 4-1-1 would have got you in. Do you remember what seed you were? Because only top 8 moves on to day 2 for seniors, right?
Yeah. If you want me to scroll, I don't know. I don't remember my thing, but I did make a post about my placing.
Yeah, for anyone who's listening, only you know how in Masters, there's like 1,800 of us playing. Day 2 is just whoever has a certain amount of points. For seniors and juniors, since there's a smaller number, they only go top 8. There's no day 2. There's just no more Swiss after that. You play your Swiss rounds, and after that, whoever's top 8 moves on, and then top 8 just plays it out. So usually you guys are done by noon, 12:30. Meanwhile, we're playing till 5 p.m.
Most of the time, we're done by like 3 or 4, maybe even
Really?
5.
No, it can't be any later than 1. Really?
No, yeah, we're typically over by like 5 to 6.
Wow.
You also got to incorporate like round times and lunch break, which is like an hour. So we're typically done by 5 to 6 p.m. Yeah.
Sheesh. But yeah, you had that run. When I met you, you were in top 4. And I was trying to watch over, and I was looking at you. And you won that top 4 match, and I was like, you're in the finals. Like, yeah, I'm in the finals. And then I think you're running to the bathroom again. You had to go to the bathroom again. Was that nervous? Nervous bladder?
Yeah, that was one of the most nervous. That was probably one of the most nervous times of it. Oh my god, that was probably some
Are
of
you
the most
nervous?
nervous moments of my life.
Are you nervous right now?
I don't know.
No. I'm looking back at some of your records. You've taken, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th places before in regionals. So I mean,
Third? Wait, when did I come third?
was it 3rd or was it 4th?
It was fourth. I think I've made one top 4. I've made one top 4.
Yeah, you've done it before. And why was this one so nerve wracking? What's wrong with this one? What's going on here?
It was a senior event, and it was during and this season was really bad for me. It was like a top 8, and top 16s, and then just randomly I won an event. So it was like I had made one top 8 within like 10 tournaments before San Diego. So going from like top 8 and then a lot of non-top 8 runs to finals was pretty insane.
I can only imagine.
Yeah.
In the finals, you have to remember this. What'd you play? Who'd you play against?
I think it was. Oh, I have the guy added on Discord. It was a guy playing Lugia.
Lugia, and
his name's Daniel Rosas.
How do you remember?
Daniel.
Because he goes to my local tournaments.
Oh yeah, yeah. His name's Daniel.
Hey yo. So I'm guessing that Zero Aura came in handy, huh?
Yeah, Zero Aura was good. Snorlax was good. Yeah.
And that's a Zero Aura. If they use their V Star, it does was it 120? No. Yeah, it does 120, right?
That's Raichu. Zero Aura reads if they are a V or a GX, you do 70 more damage.
And then so you do.
No, you do. Wait, yeah, you do 80 more damage. So you do 30 plus 80 with a choice belt, 140 double.
Yeah, and then barely get the knockout on it. But yeah, I remember that. That thing rotated. Sad times. I mean, Lugia is not as strong as it was now, so I guess we'll be okay. But yeah, that was definitely an impressive run. I was happy that you won it. I was more hyped to meet you, because we had talked in stream before and things like that on Twitch and Twitter. So it was cool to meet you. Other person who I randomly met, who I had no idea who they were, James. You walked up to me. I was like, "Who are you?" We shook hands. I saw you a couple more times throughout the day. San Diego didn't go that well for you, but you messed around and won Fresno.
Yep.
You messed around and won my hometown, man. I'm from Fresno, man. You came to my house and you won it all. You beat my stepdaughter.
Yeah.
And you didn't tell me anything. You just beat her and just went about your business, huh? How'd you know she was my stepdaughter?
I didn't realize at first, and I was like, "Wait a minute, Fusion Mew." Nothing was together.
Yeah, you're like, I listened to the podcast. Wait a second. I think that's
Yeah.
I did well I started well in Fresno. I started 402, and then the wheels fell off. And yeah, I was the highest 522 there was though. So I finished like top 128. I think I finished 122. So I got some points for that, but yeah, I missed day 2 just by a little bit. But you didn't miss day 2, you didn't miss top 8. You won it all. Tell me about your run.
Yeah, okay. So started off for like leading up to the tournament, I was really planning on playing Arceus and Umbreon, which is kind of like the new hot deck, I guess, at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Lucas is top 8 of Milwaukee with it. And then I was just the entire day before, I just wasn't playing. I was just kept playing Gardevoir against people and when we were testing in the hotel. And I just decided to go with Gardevoir. I changed a couple cards. It was just Henry's list, but I cut Lumineon for research and something else for Sky Steel Stone. Forget what I cut for Sky Steel Stone, but that made me really nervous. I was kind of nervous going into the day because I had made a couple changes.
You should just net deck Henry, man. Just net deck him. It's Henry Brand. It's okay.
It wasn't the exact list, but yeah.
Didn't you go up to Henry Brand before the event?
Oh yeah, and I had him sign my Mewtwo because his deck got me into the games. for one of the things that got me in the game.
That's awesome. I met Henry Brand in Fresno too. Just across. I'm just walking down the street and crossway. He's like, Gaza Beam 2K. I'm like, yeah. Who are you? Henry Brand. I'm like, oh man, give him a big hug. Henry's a gay guy, man. So you got him to sign your Mewtwo.
Yeah.
That's gonna be worth some money one day, I bet you.
Didn't he also tell you to play Gardevoir?
Oh yeah, and I told him, he would ask me what deck that was between, and I said Arctura and Gardevoir, and he said play Gardevoir.
Sheesh.
So I ended up playing Gardevoir, and I started off really bad. I lost to Neo, which is I think the best #1 senior right now. Round 1 playing Fusion Mew. And I also lost to him in the top 8 of an online tournament a couple days before. And then I tied my next round against Lost Zone Moltres Kyogre deck. So I did not start off well at all. Then I just won the next 5. I don't think I dropped a game after that, except until top 4. Yeah, I didn't lose the game until top 4. I just won 5 in a row, made top 8. I was super excited because like starting off 0-1-1 is really bad. And for seniors regionals, you have to go like 7 rounds for this one, 5-1-1 for top 8. So it was looking rough, but pulled it out. Honestly, I don't even know how I did it. And then in top 8, I didn't know what I was up against, which didn't give me. I just couldn't test against anything. I just didn't know what they were playing. But it was Lost in Gudra, which is a
that's my baby right there. I love that thing.
Yeah, and they played Path, so it was not a free matchup for Gardevoir. If they don't play Path, it's pretty good. Especially because I have Sky Seal Stone, but yeah, so I won that. I think game 1 they didn't really set up. And game 2 they also didn't really set up. They just like had the colors with Lone Gudra pass, like it was not good.
I've been there before, but they missed the right tech though. The right tech for Guardy is a Panic Mask.
Yeah.
At that time, Panic Mask was the right tech.
I saw it on a mulligan, I was like, oh boy, here we go.
I mean, Path is decent too, but then what if you path yourself? You can't heal off your damage. Panic Mask just. I played 2 Guardies when I played Gudra at Portland and at Fresno. I ran into 2 Guardy decks, hoping to run into more. I only ran into 2. That Panic Mask put in work, man. I put Panic Mask on, and my first opponent was like, he grabbed his head, he picked up the card, looked at it, he grabbed his forehead, wiped some sweat off, he leaned back, leaned forward, he was counting numbers on his fingers, and he still miscounted, put on too much damage, had 40 HP left, couldn't touch me, and then still didn't have the knockout. So the Panic Mask throws people off, and the second time I played it down, other guy was just like, huh. And he was just stuck. He didn't panic as much. The mask didn't make him panic, but he was stuck. So that Panic Mask was powerful against Guardy, but you didn't run into a single mask, huh?
I don't think so. Maybe one of them did play it. They just didn't get it out. I don't know.
Because if not, that Zacian can roll. You ran 2 Zacian in your list.
Yeah.
How many baby Guardies did you have?
1. That's what I got for the Sky Seal Sun was second baby Guardy. That's it.
1?
Yeah, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. You have Miriam, like you have 2 Zacian, like
1? This is in a world before we had Super Rod. 1?
Yeah, so you can take prizes with Castelia, you can take prizes with Guardy X, and then you just like have a couple Zacians that can blow things up. You have Miriam, it's not that bad. And Sky Seal Stone take extra prizes, so you can win like instead of VMAXs, you win in 2 attacks anyway. So like that's 2 Zacians, and you have Miriam. Like it's not that bad.
1.
And then top 4 was against Arctura, Umbreon. And game 1 was super interesting. So the matchup goes is that if they go first, they just like establish Arceus, Umbreon, and they just like bully or Ralts and Curlia. They just boss them up and lost on them. So then like by the time you're actually ready to attack, you have 2 Curlias and the other 2 are on the lost zone. So basically that means you have 2 attacks to win the game, because then they just like bring up your Guardy and they bring up your Curlia and like you're out of luck. And that's Sky Seal Stone is really good for winning in 2 attacks. So game 1 I got the point where I had the 8 in the discard to knock out the Arceus, and I only had 1 Curlia left, and I evolved in the Guardy, attached all of the Zation, knocked out the Arceus. And then he used Umbreon to bring up my Guardy EX, knock it out, and he's like, alright, this is good. He has 4 prizes left, no Guardy EX. And then I attached Return Research into Sky Seal Stone and then paying 4 prices on Unreal VMAX.
That
I
worked
caught
out
him off
perfectly.
guard there.
He played that well. That's the right call.
Yeah.
He played that well, but
Um,
that just worked out perfectly for you.
And then in game 2, we got into the same scenario, except this time, instead, he judged and then knocked me out with Arceus instead of Umbreon. So I had to find boss Sky Seal, which is a lot harder. And I used all my refinements, my Greninja, my Mew, everything. I did my deck. And the last 3 cards of my deck were Boss, Serena, Sky Seal, Stone.
Oh.
Which was so unfortunate.
Oh.
And then game 3, I get to go first, and I set up the turn 2 Guardy Choice Belt that does 220, which is really, really good because you just like get Arceus V off the board instantly, and I just like ran over with Guardy, just took all 6 prizes with that because I just knocked out the Arceus V on turn 2. And yeah, and then finals was against Fusion Mew, coming full circle from round 1.
I was just to say that was your Achilles heel, wasn't it? You lost the first one.
Yeah, I had played against, once again, your stepdaughter playing Fusion Mew, so it was my 3rd Fusion Mew. Well, yeah, never mind. I forget what happened game 1. Yeah, it's just not in my mind. So won game 1 somehow. And then game 2, they were struggling to set up. So if there's a turn where I played Worker, they discard the Lost City and then draw 3. Except it was the very first thing I did. I literally drew and played Worker. And I did my turn, did my Curlius, and then I played Research. So I actually double supported. And it was right after I researched that the judge was like, wait, where'd the stadium go? And we realized that I'd accidentally double supported. But we were able to rewind it, so it was only a double prize penalty. But I was able to work around it and win around the double prize penalty anyway. I was like,
you won that second game anyway?
Yeah, because he was having a kind of tough time setting up. I got him a strong like turn 2 Guardy.
And see, you say that, but it's Mew. Mew doesn't struggle setting up. It's Mew. There's no such thing.
Sometimes
Mew draw cards and go burr. No. Mew draw cards and go burr.
No. It either sets up and plays the game, or it like doesn't at all.
That sounds like an Arceus deck. If Arceus can attach pass, they say, well, now what do I do? But Mew just draws cards. No, I've never seen a Mew struggle to set up. I never heard of that in my life.
It happens, man. Believe me, I'm playing it for Worlds. It happens, I promise.
Wait, you didn't have to leak that out. You didn't have to tell everybody.
I've been playing it on like tournaments. If the other seniors want to know, they can figure it out.
All right, Lucas, you heard that. You know what you have to plan for now. Get that Spiritomb.
Yeah.
Get your Spiritombs ready. I hope you got the Ice Cube in there.
Yeah. Like literally I was testing against Lucas yesterday, like 2 games in a row. I just had nothing. Like it happens all the time.
So that was your guys' regional experience. That's for your first year, James. That's impressive, man. That's very impressive. And Lucas, you've been playing for a while, but I mean, you finally, broke through 1-1. I'm happy for you, man. I'm happy for both of you guys. Is this your guys' first, experience going to Worlds?
No.
It is for me, obviously, because it's my first season.
So, Lucas, you've been to Worlds before.
Yeah.
How long ago was this, and how many times?
I went to Nashville, DC, London, and now Japan.
Sheesh. So this is going to be your 4th Worlds event.
Yeah.
So you qualified almost every year you played.
Yeah. My first 2 seasons, my first season I was off by 10 points. My second season I was off by 5 points.
And then you said no more, and then you turned it up. I'm proud of you. That's good.
Yeah. Then I understood what the point system was.
You're like, oh, I get it now. And it helps that you say your mom is, a judge, and she's, really on board for you, for you to follow your dreams and make this happen. What advice can you give to anyone listening going to Worlds for the first time? James, listen up, take your notes, get your notes out, get your notepad. What advice can you give for anyone going to Worlds?
Depends on if they're going day 1, day 2. If you're going day 1, I would just recommend playing a deck that is quick enough to finish games. I would recommend just testing as much as you possibly can and writing down your data. I can show chat, but I currently have a data sheet where I've written down every single game I've played with Giratina. So I would write down data and just make sure that your deck beats the meta. Meta call is super important, but make sure that you're not too worried about meta calling to the point where you switch off your deck the night before. I did that for Worlds 2022, and I played Palkia instead of Arc Flying Peak, and I went 151, 251.
1-5. Ooh.
Yeah. So yeah, if you're going into day 2, that's where you kind of unleash your like home cooked stuff. That's where you become the chef. Because day 2, my logic is Worlds is not like a regional where you're getting points. Worlds is like you're there to win. So bring out your craziest deck that takes your best matchups that no one's ever seen before, and do not play Worlds safely.
So you're saying just go all the way, just let it fly.
Yeah. I would not play safe for Worlds. Worlds is when you just send like the craziest stuff that beats the meta, you know.
Mm-hmm.
It can lose to some decks, but just make sure it beats what you think is going to be played.
Okay, so I mean, I've been hearing the same advice from a lot of different people. Day 1 of Worlds, you gotta go fast almost. You gotta do something that's quick, effective. So I don't know if Lost Box or Guardy would be the play. We talked to Alex Shemansky a couple weeks ago, myself and Steuben, and yeah, he was like Lost Box and Guardy probably would force too many ties, and if you tie too much in Worlds, day 1 ain't no day 2. So you want something that's quick and effective. I feel like we're gonna see a lot of Arc Pile decks, it's just Arceus and just V's and VMAXs running around. I think Miraidon could be a sneaky play. I feel like Miraidon can come in.
I like Miraidon. Miraidon's good.
Underrated. Yeah, I think it can come in and just real quick. Okay, I take 2 prizes here. Okay, I take another 2 here. I feel like it could be pretty sneaky, especially with the Bravery Charm now. Has a little extra HP.
Yeah.
The only problem with Miraidon is that like against a Guardy player like that knows what they're doing, or like even if you play Magnetism, like Gardevoir is not a good matchup at all. Like they can boss on turn 2's Asian. It happens. They can take out your Flaffy, and then if you have a big Guardy, you can't get through Raichu because like your Dino Motor. It's
that's the main problem.
Hard.
If they're able to attack with Guardy,
just race you. They have a one prize where they can race you. Like it's
and I'll give you that. The one prize matchups like you have like the Baby Guardy and you run 2 instead of 1. James 2. If you run 2, you could definitely swing the prize trade.
Yeah, I'm actually a very big believer on Miraidon is definitely not the kind of deck that you should be running Raichu or Flaffy. I think Miraidon...
No Raichu?
No Raichu, no Flaffy. Miraidon, I think, is the kind of deck where you go 4 Miraidon, 2 Raikou, Regieleki VMAX line, then you play Lost Cities, Boss's Orders, pure consistency cards, tons of energies, electromagnetic... That's a different card. Energy drill thing, lightning energy drill.
Good old lightning energy drill.
Yeah, that thing. Because then you end up just turboing. In the Gardevoir, your matchup is like, it's literally Arcdumbreon, where Arcdumbreon is, its only way to beat the matchup is to just loss on your Curlias. So you go into the matchup.
You try to do the same thing.
Yeah, and into the matchup, you can force them to go down to 1 prize with a Baby Zero Aura. Because if you go Baby Zero Aura, Lightning Energy to Baby Zero Aura, retreat, boss a Curlia, Lost City, you knock it out with a Regieleki VMAX. And then you just try to spam Lost Cities on everything. Like if they get down to Gardevoir EX and you have 3 Regieleki VMAXs, you boss a Gardevoir EX, Lost City, get rid of it. And you just try to do the same thing as Arcdumbreon where you lost on as many pieces as you can.
That doesn't kill the Guardy, does it? That's only 2. Oh no, you're right. 310 on the nose, huh? Exactly. You barely kill the Guardy. I see what you're saying though. I don't know. I feel like Miraidon could be a sneaky play for Worlds, or just I feel like there'll be a lot of Arc decks because people's like, hey, consistency. It gives me a lot of options, and then people just go Miraidon, zap, zap, zap. It's a quick game. Yeah. Lucas, it sounds like you're a well studied, studious senior. But I know you don't know everything in the whole world. What do you both feel like you've learned from this season? Like something that you guys didn't know before, and heading in the world, you're like, wow, I'm glad I learned that lesson. I figured this out.
I think that writing data down is very big for me because I'll go through these phases where I'll play like 2 weeks with a deck, it'll go well, and then I'll have like 2 days where it's just bricking. So being able to look at data and being able to know the matchups and being able to know that the deck is consistent is very helpful for me.
James, what about you?
I think just like finding friend groups. Like a lot of people that I listened to podcasts, YouTube videos before I went to IRL events was just stressing finding friends and just playing. And honestly, that's helped me a lot. I test with Lucas all the time, test with my other friends from League all the time. And it's not only like fun, but it's also helpful to just get good testing in because live ladder is, man,
Oh,
sometimes I try and test on live ladder and I lose all the time on live ladder. I'm like, man, why I'm losing all the time on live ladder? It tilts me so much. So having friends help you test is really important and really helpful.
Yeah. So you play with Lucas like what through Discord or how do you guys play? Do you guys play on live?
Yeah, we do live on Discord and stuff.
Hmm. And yeah, Lucas, I know you played with our boy Logan Adams and a few other people. I used to call you guys the Canada kids.
Yeah, Canada's underrated, man. We got so many good players here. Cyrus, Rowan, Camille, Landon, Caitler, uh, many others.
Kieran Farah.
Hmm?
Kieran Farah.
Kieran Farrer. Yeah, Kieran.
New Kieran.
Yeah,
Let me tell you guys
Kiernan's
about
good.
Fresno. Fresno's underrated. We got a lot of leagues out here and a lot of good players out here.
Yeah,
Honestly, feel like
you
our
got
leagues because we had Trey out here. You know, there's someone else up and coming. His name is Marino Lopez. Reno has like, I think he's top 9 in points right now. I mean, we've had a week where we had like 6 challenges in a row here in Fresno, and I think he won 4 out of 6. So he just been racking up the points, just racking them up. And he used to be heavy in Pokemon, and he switched over to Digimon for a second, but now he's back in Pokemon like heavy again. And we got some really good players. I feel like all these leagues we have out here just condition us to become better and play against better and get better and better. And yeah, I know you say Canada's underrated, but I mean we got a whole city out here, man. James, I didn't know
We
you were
got
this
a whole
close to me.
country.
James, I didn't know you were this close to me. I gotta come pick you up sometime. I gotta get you to some of our leagues, man. Some of our cups out here.
Dude, I live like 3 hours away from you.
Yeah, I didn't know.
It's a lot.
Yeah, we were messaging him like, hey, you're on the East Coast too, right? You're like, no, I'm on the West Coast. I'm like, I'm on the West Coast. What are you doing? But yeah, definitely.
I've been to Fresno for like local tournaments before,
You been where?
but I've been to Fresno for local tournaments before, but like
Have you?
the there are not very many cups here, to be
Like
honest.
we had 4 stores that had cups last season. And then other stores had their challenges, right? So now I think, after you have challenges for 3 straight months, you can have cups. So we should have about 7 to 8 stores having cups this season. So if you're looking for some cups, man, was it max of 6? Yeah, definitely come down to Fresno. Speaking of
Yeah, that'd
that,
be sick.
speaking of the maxes and everything like that, numbers finally came out. The numbers finally came out this earlier this week. Masters numbers are extremely high, 600 points. James, hope you're ready for that fight, man. Climb up that ladder.
Man,
Seniors and
I was preparing
juniors.
myself.
You're like, okay, 500. Okay, I got it. I can do 500 and then 600. Seniors and juniors numbers are what, 450?
Yeah, 50 for seniors. I don't know about juniors though.
Mm.
Juniors aren't real. They aren't real humans.
Wait. Weren't you a junior like 2 years ago?
Yeah, I wasn't real either.
Oh, okay. He's make believe. You guys heard it here first. Lucas Oldale is a computer program.
Yep.
Nothing but AI. But no, yeah, your numbers are going to be at 450, which I know is going to be highly attainable for you. I think the cap of what
hopefully.
challenges is 6. The cap of cups are 6.
Yeah.
Lucas,
So that's like you're about to get 6 times 15 is.
I think the total was 390.
90?
If you manage to get all top in all 6 events, all 12 events, I think the max was 390. Lucas and James, how can this be done? Like, how's it possible?
The power of friendship.
The power of friendship will get you enough points. You guys heard it here from no. Lucas, what's your game plan heading into next season? I know you're still worried about Worlds, and we're going to talk about that a little bit more in a second. But heading into this next season, what's your plan, man? Hit up 2 regionals, just win one so you're good to get in.
Regionals as possible. I think right now I'm booked for like 3 regionals, and for every West Coast event, I think that I'm going to most of them, and there's a chance that I go to the rest of them. Like, let me pull up all the regionals. I'm going to
mean,
Pittsburgh. I
mhm.
might go to Peoria. I'm gonna try to figure that out. I got a family that I'm hoping will take me. Sacramento, probably. Sacramento, yes. Toronto, yes. Portland, yes. Charlotte, probably. Knoxville,
Sheesh.
I'm gonna try. Vancouver, yes. Orlando, I mean, I'll try. Indy, I'll try, and then LA, yeah.
Sheesh.
So that's
So
a
you should be
7, and then
fine.
I'm gonna yeah, and then I'm trying to go to all 4 ICs too.
Speaking of ICs, you snuck in and got what, top 8 in one of them, didn't you?
That was OCIC. I won that one. Yeah, that was juniors.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was talking about this season. You won one before.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
Yeah, I won OCIC in 2020.
So your junior season you won OCIC, and then this season you took you topped in was it EUIC, right?
No, UIC came 17th.
Not the bubble.
I kid you not, I went 5-1-2, and I was the only person at my record to not make top 16.
Not the
I was like
bubble.
Urshifu, man. I was like the only Urshifu player.
Oh, not the bubble. Oh man, but you won OCIC. I had no idea. Congrats on that.
Thank you.
Man, you got some
Also,
nice hardware.
I take my statement back about juniors not being real humans.
Because you went as a junior. Okay. But no, so yeah, all the regionals you're going to, and if you knock out some cups and challenges, you should be fine. James, do you have a plan for this season? Because now you're a master, man. You're about to be a big boy.
Yeah, I think the obvious, or I guess maybe it's not obvious, but I think the easiest way is to just win a regional. If you win a regional, you're invite. I mean, at least for me, I'm not planning on going to as many as Lucas. Obviously, I
No, right?
think I'm only going to be going to the ones here on the West Coast. But
You go to Toronto.
I think if you're just like an average Masters player, I think your goal is to just play a bunch of local tournaments, try and like shoot past that top 128. I've seen a lot of people talking about that. Shoot past the top 128, and you'll probably do fine.
Mm-hmm. I mean, from the West Coast, if you do Sacramento, which isn't too far from you, come all the way other side and come to LA. Portland, maybe. James, I'm assuming Portland you go to.
I'm not sure on Portland. Yeah, I go, but not 100%.
Mm-hmm.
You should go to Vancouver. You should just drive 18 hours to
Yeah.
Vancouver.
Just come to
I do have a
Vancouver.
passport. Go to Vancouver.
Just go to Vancouver so you can see Lucas and you guys could, hang out, buddy around.
Yeah.
He could tell you all about Satotl.
I have guest rooms at my house, so yeah.
James, no excuse now. Vancouver, make it happen.
I'll do my best.
Forget school, forget life, forget money. Just make it happen. Just get out there.
It's not that hard, man. Just
I don't think I forget school in junior year.
Just slap your teacher in the face. They'll forget about you not being there.
Oh.
But no, yeah, this season is gonna be a grind for sure. There's rumors, or not, but there's people have conspiracy theories that eventually the number will get lowered like halfway through the season. So even if it gets lower, it might be a little bit easier to reach. But I mean, just shoot for the stars now, get as many points as you can, rack them up. James, like I said, come to these cups, man. We're gonna have cups like out the wazoo. I don't even know what the wazoo is, but we're gonna have tons of cups out here, man. So if you ever need a ride, I'll come through and I'll slide and pick you up, man. I got you.
I got
Oh, he's good then. He's good. You guys talked about things you learned from this season. What can you improve on heading into the next season? I know the season's not over yet. We still have Worlds. And if you guys turn around and win Worlds, then man, you're the top of the top. But heading into the next season, what do you think? Okay, I need to work on this. I need to do this better. I know, Lucas, you said you learned how to take notes and keep track of things like that. James, that's something you want to get into? You want to improve on? I mean, you're about to be a master now. You're a big boy.
Yeah, I don't take notes. I tried taking notes the other day, and I just didn't stick with it. I should probably get better about that. Yeah, I do take notes during matches. I write down my prize cards and stuff, and if I see a tech card on a mulligan, I'll write it down. But for testing, I do not record as much as I probably should.
Yeah, for myself, I have 3 different modes. I have Goofy Gazer, where I'm just playing at locals, having a good time, laughing, barely paying attention. I'm talking to someone next to me, and then my opponent plays Ultra Ball, and I turn around, hey, what'd you get off the Ultra Ball? What happened? Okay, got it. And I'll go back to talking with my buddy to the to the side of me. Then I have semi-serious Gazer, where I'm kind of into what's going on, but I'm joking with my opponent, I'm making jokes, and I'm talking with them. And then I have Regional Gazer, where I'm focused, I'm locked. I still talk and joke a little bit. I'm really locked in. I'm counting the cards in hand. they're gonna say, they say Fusion Strike system. I'm like, yeah, for 3. I already know, because I see the cards in your hand, so I'm really like locked in. I count my prizes. I know what I'm missing, stuff like that. Um, it's it's tough to do that consistently, and like you said during testing, it kind of you kind of get lax because you're playing with people usually know and stuff like that. But I feel like for myself personally, I have to improve on my knowing my prize cards. Like I go through, like when I see a matchup, I'll go through and like, okay, I need this card, and this card for this matchup, and I'll forget to count the rest of the prizes. And I'm like, oh, what else did I prize? I realize what I prize when I need it, and I'm like, oh no, I should know before that. So I definitely got to work on that a little bit better. I can do it okay, but I got to work on that better. Lucas, after this world run, what do you think you need to work on? What can you improve?
I think that I need to get better at visualization. Because whenever I feel like so many people say that in their games they're like thinking 5 moves ahead, and I do that, but I don't do it to the extent of like I don't do it to the extent of understanding like everything that's gonna happen. I mean, I think okay, maybe I'm underrating myself on that end because I think I'm able to quickly visualize stuff, but I don't go super super in depth with it. I'm just like, okay, what's the best move that I can make here? And then I'm like, what's the best move that I can make here? And I kind of just focus on the now in games, and maybe I should get better at focusing on the future. I mean, whenever I make a move, of course, I'm thinking like, am I just gonna get absolutely destroyed if I play this card? Like, I'm not gonna put down a Luminion and then against an Arceus deck if I don't need to. But stuff like that, where I feel like I could visualize more. But I mean, I do maybe I just do visualize. I don't know. I think I just need to get better at visualization.
And that's fine. I usually count a couple moves ahead. I can't go 5. 5's a lot, but I usually count, 2 moves ahead, two turns ahead. I'm like, okay, if I do this, the opponent will probably do this or that. I think one of the things is learning not how I can win this game, but how can I not lose this game? Or no, what loses me the game? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you said, if I put down Luminion, then I know that's a 2 prize. My opponent's just licking their chops, just like, yes, the 2 prizes out there. So I may need a supporter, but can I go another turn without putting down this Luminion? Can I wait and see what my top deck is? Do I need a supporter right now? So when Luminion comes down, that's the 2 prize just waiting. Or what I loved about my Gudra deck, I could put down Luminion, get a Colress, and then I could use Mirage Gate to Luminion and then get it out of there. And that, won me a couple games that way, attacking with it and getting it off the board. And I'm like, yes, it's out of there. So, but there's other times where I had to put it down, like, man, this might lose me the game. And then lo and behold, it lost me the game. So I think a step that we all need to work on, just, people listening right now, you two, myself, and just everyone in general to become, that goated player we all want to be. You got to realize how can I not lose this game? What will lose me this game? Not how can I win, which is, you need to know your outs and things like that. But, what actions can I do that will just lose this game for me, 2-3 turns from now down the line? It's going to come back to bite me. Definitely a lot to learn for myself. And I'm glad you guys still have a lot to learn. Lucas, you have such a edge over us. You got the freaking.
What do you mean?
What do I mean?
No.
You've been playing since you were 2. Come on.
Yeah. I mean, I was playing when I was in the womb. I was theorizing what Reggie Gigas does in 2023 World.
Oh,
he was doing the card flip down there.
What?
He's in the womb doing the card flip.
Yeah. I gotta get ready, bro.
But yeah, I feel like, that's some of the best advice you can get. Any other advice you guys want to give out to anyone, or just, something you guys think you need to work on for the season? James, you got something? Anything else?
Yeah, so I don't know how popular this is among other players, but something that my dad told me when we play now is if he has he's been playing Lugia recently, if he has a bad hand and he has 2 Lugia V-Star and a research, he doesn't play the research because I don't want to discard these bad cards, I might lose. But like I said, I don't know how popular this is among other players. This might just be my dad, or I don't know. But he doesn't want to play the research because he'll discard the Lugia V-Stars and he might lose if the other one's on the deck or doesn't find it, or etc. But if you don't play the research, you're bricking. You're going to lose anyway. So it literally is you have nothing to lose by just playing the research. That's just like a thing that I've
1000% agree.
I think it depends on the play style and what's in your deck. If I'm a more conservative player and I don't have any super rod or any recovery in my deck, I'm not going to research that away. I'll just sit there and wait and see if I lose that way. But the way I play I just throw all caution to the wind, balls to the wall, and just here I go. So I would research that, and if I know I got, super rod in there, okay, I'll get the Lugias back somehow, something like that. I think it depends on your play style and your deck, what's in your deck.
It's really something. Yeah.
Whether you lose or you win.
Yeah, I don't think it's a play style. The thing is, like, let's say you have 2 Lugia V-Stars in your hand and you have 1 in deck, and you have to research. And
Well,
I'm
fair.
like, okay,
If you know you have one in
if I
deck,
don't
yeah.
research, I'm gonna lose. If I do play research, then like I might win by going Lugia V-Star double Archeops. I don't think it's about a playstyle. Like, you can't really let it be a playstyle. You have to be very good at comprehending the dangers and the adjective. I need an adjective. Dangers and risks of not using research and of using research.
And you're right. You're right. If I know there's another Lugia in my deck, if I know for sure and it's not prized, then yeah, I have to research. Hope I hit it off the Ultra Ball, off the research itself, something like that. Yeah, you're right. I still think there are playstyles though who players who just play more conservative, and that might not be the right way to go with it. I think there are some people who are like I'm just gonna hold on to this and hope my Lugia doesn't die. Oh, it died, But me, I research, and if I know what's in there, like you have to know your deck too. If I know what's in there, I know what way to recover. I know there's no Lugia. I'm gonna go for it. So that's good advice. Your dad sound like a good guy, James.
I mean, like, what do you mean by hope your Lugia dies though? Like, if you're staring down a Mew V with a choice belt, you're not being like, oh, I hope my Mew doesn't die, or I hope my Lugia doesn't die.
Oh my gosh, maybe
they'll pass.
Maybe they'll just have a seizure and not know how to pronounce Technoblast.
But speaking of your parents, that's such a weird segue, but you guys know what I'm getting at. But no, speaking of your parents, how do they? I mean, Lucas, you explained earlier, your mom's all on board for this, but James, how have your parents, been receptive to, you pursuing this Pokemon thing now?
They're very, what's the word? Oh my gosh, supportive. That's it. They're very supportive. A bunch of my other family members are too. The only thing is that money to get to events was kind of annoying thing. Like we wouldn't have gone to Japan if I didn't get money for winning Fresno. Like we just wouldn't have the money to go. So that can be kind of a challenge sometimes. But other than that, they're just very supportive. They drive me to stuff all the time. Every week they drive me 45 minutes to tournaments and stuff. So
that's good. Gotta have supporting parents for what you guys are doing. I think about some of the masters. I mean, some of the seniors and juniors who gonna be coming to masters, and yeah, if their parents aren't on board, it's gonna be tough because the real world starts hitting you. Now you have cell phone bills. Just wait till you guys have to pay your cell phone bill. Ooh, just wait.
I don't have a cell phone. You don't need a cell phone. I don't want a cell phone.
Must be a Canada thing. You guys heard it here first. Canadians do not have cell phones.
I don't know. I don't have one either.
You guys heard it here first.
Californians don't have
cell phones.
Hey, do you have a cell phone?
Yes, I do. I'm not sure California.
Immediately.
Oh man. To be completely candid with you guys, my headphones are starting to die. Like it's beeping in my ear. So we're gonna move this thing right along. My last question for you guys. This is happening to you this season, James. Lucas is coming up for you pretty soon. Any fears of playing in Masters? Are you guys, any players you're afraid of? Anything you're afraid of? Worried about? Just be real. I mean, it's okay to be nervous.
I think the first time I play against a good Masters player, I probably will be nervous. But I actually feel like I'm more confident against Masters player just because I'm playing against Masters players more often than seniors. Like when the entire pandemic, when I played in online tournaments, majority of those were Masters, so I just feel a lot more confident against Masters and seniors. I don't know, it's just a weird mental thing, but no, not really.
Makes a lot of sense. What about you, Lucas? You got a couple years to worry about it, but
I'm the type of person where I don't really worry about anyone. Like I don't really get scared at the top seniors. I don't really get scared at master players. I just go in I'm gonna play my best. I'm gonna play how I can play. And I'm not gonna worry about it.
I mean, that's the best thing to do. I feel my thing, and I coach basketball too. My thing's always been we take care of our business and do our job, we'll be fine. If I get out there and I just play my cards right, I still have to play cautiously, but play my cards right and do well, and know my deck pretty well. I should do okay. I subscribe to that idea too. I'm with you guys. So, another question, off worlds, off of, the whole season, looking forward to the next format. 4 weeks from now when we're playing Obsidian Flames, what's going into your deck? What deck are you going to be playing? What's new? What are you guys excited about for this new set that just came out? Or it's not even out yet. Pre-releases are out. What are you guys excited for?
So we had to write a list about this because I barely looked at Obsidian Flames. So we have a list of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 cards that are cool.
Okay.
So I guess we can alternate, James. I'll start. Charizard EX. I think that card's really good. I think it offers a lot of versatility because the ability of Charizard is to search your deck for up to 3 fire energies and attach them to your Pokemon whenever you evolve into it.
Mm-hmm.
So Charizard can be a support mon, but it can also be an insane attacker. So you use Charizard, you can power up things like Delphox and Heatmore if you have the Pokemon Go Charizard. And then if you're later on in the game, you can hit them with Iono, Path, Charizard, and do like 330 if they're taking 5 prizes, but you can make them take 5 prizes by feeding them a 1 prize fire type.
Mm-hmm. Heck, you can feed them the Pokemon Go Radiant Zard.
Exactly, yeah. Radiant Zard also. That's really good in the deck.
Mm-hmm. Makes sense.
So, yeah.
Or you could feed them Pidgey. This all for families. There's 2 basics for on the bench.
Yeah, true. Yeah, you use Pidgeot EX for the Charizard thing. What does Pidgeot do, James?
Quick search. Search deck for a card once a turn. Pretty simple, but it's been good before. Probably be good again in decks that play Candy. I'm really excited to try him back Excalibur. I think that's going to make that deck a lot better. I need to play Arceus and just being able to play 4 rare candies instead of 3 and have a 4 skill stone every turn is really good.
Yeah, basically that's all it is. Yeah. Andrew Mahone had been playing it on his stream, and he's really enjoying it. I like the idea of Pidgeot, which is coming out as well. I like it going in decks that already play rare candies. As for Excalibur decks, Chin Pal, I'm not a Chinny believer. I don't believe in the Chin. So
I believe it. I think it's got it next format.
It's gonna upset you. You're gonna try it, and you're gonna be missing a piece, and you'll see. Go ahead. Take the Worlds. No. Forget Mew. Take that to Worlds. See what happens, James.
I will.
He said I will. You know what? I will. One card I think people are sleeping on that we'll keep this brief. I'm kind of excited about Toad's Cruel EX.
That was a card that we were going to talk about. Yeah.
See, I like Toad's Cruel because you're protected from Giratina. You're protected from something. Well, not from the attack, but you're protected from Giratina's Star Requiem. You're protected from Sableye, things like that, and you're swinging 280. You can swing 280 on your second turn.
Good.
Yeah, I like it a lot. Even if it's just a bench sitter, just a support mon, I still like it because you're letting Sableye. You take away a major part of Lost Box. If not, Lost Box is hoping to get the Dragonite out, or if it's baby Lost Box, they're attacking you with Cramorant. Like, oh, get him, Cram. I hope this works. So, I don't know. I like the Toad's Cruel a lot.
Go spit on them. Yeah. Okay. So I'll do the next card. Pokemon League Headquarters. That is a stadium that reads every basic Pokemon's attacks in play. Take 1 colorless more. I think that card is
to attack, right? 1 colorless more to attack.
Yeah. Very good. Yeah, 1 colorless more to attack.
Yeah, it's gonna be good against. Imagine that against Miraidon. Now Miraidon has to have 4 energy to attack. Now Raikou has to have 3 energy to attack. So yeah, it definitely can muck up some plans. I was playing in a pre-release and I put that card down. And I was playing. Matter of fact, the guy had a Miraidon, the new one that just came out. It's not that great, but he missed an attack because he couldn't get the energy for a turn, and I ended up winning the game because of that. I thought it was going to lose me the game, but it won me the game. So, yeah.
I also think that Pokemon League Headquarters can do stuff in the Lost Box. Let's take Zoroark, for example. Woohoo! If you go Pokemon League Headquarters and then with a Roxanne or an Iono, you can force them into a situation where they can't use Sableye. And if you go, let's say, if you put down Pokemon Headquarters multiple times within a game, it forces them to have an out every single turn through your Ionos, through your Roxanne, through your stuff like that. And if they don't hit Sableye, then you're this tanky 1 prize deck that they can't really deal with automatically. So I also just think it's good into Lost Box in general. Like if you're playing a deck that has a bad match into Lost Box, you could play that.
Yeah, you're right. I guess something like Guardy wouldn't mind that. But I mean, I guess you have better settings to use. But I guess Guardy wouldn't mind that if they, as a tech in there or someone like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could be fun. James, you have another card for us?
Yes, this is like a little bit of a niche one, but I think it's Gracias. I don't even say, but I mean,
James, I'm gonna stop
quarter
you right
shell
there.
hand.
No,
What?
just no.
What?
No, talk about it. It's a good card.
It's no.
Yes, it is. Okay, James, talk about it. Talk about it, James.
We have to scratch the bottom of the barrel for this set, man.
That's why I said there's not much to talk about. You guys said you had 12 cards. There's maybe 4 cards that are like really interesting.
Fine. I'll move on to Clef. I'll be reasonable.
Gracias. Brass, shuffle your hand and draw one more card. Stop it.
That card's good. How is that card bad?
I played in the pre-release with it twice. I ended up using Youngster more than Brassius. Hey, this Youngster's way better.
You're just a hater, man.
But no, Cleffa could be interesting.
Yeah, Psychic. This is 30 HP, so it gets devoured by Sableye, but you probably just don't put it down in that matchup. But for free, draw a card and steal 7 cards from your hand, and it is free retreat. So it's a really good just guy that sits there active, turn 1, turn 2, draws you cards. It's free. You don't have to commit energies to it, nothing. It has free retreat, so if it doesn't die, you can just retreat it out to your Pokemon you've been setting up. It's pretty good. And yeah, I just see a lot of people that have been like, well, what about Sableye? The classic single prize argument.
Well, I mean, if they have Sableye, ready to go by turn 2, then I'm in danger anyway. But if not, I can put it down, draw 7. It's going to get knocked out. So I'm giving up 1 prize, but, I have so much, hand set up now. I should be in a good spot. And if I see Sableye's ready to go, I'm not putting it down against Sableye, so I'm in trouble anyway. So yeah. Yeah. The only other, interesting card I see, and I'm not going to let you get another turn, Lucas, because you're going to talk about Brassius. We're not going to let that happen. We're not doing that here.
Yes, I promise.
We're not doing that here. But the only other card I really think is interesting is Gita. I think Gita is going to be highly underrated, and then when he becomes good, it's going to open up so many other decks. You can Are you shaking your head no about Gita?
No. I think that card is good in 2 decks. And that's it.
What?
The card's fine.
Gita can let me play Duraludon without having to use Arceus.
Bro,
Okay,
we don't have to go back to pre-Arceus Duraludon VMAX, man.
I can just go Duraludon, Gita, Boost Shake, and now I have a 330 Behemoth, a beast, just 330 HP, charge that, ready to go next turn. If you can knock out 330 HP in turn 2, then I'll shake your hand and I'll give you a hand clap, give you an applause. But I mean, if not, next turn I'm swinging 220, that's, shred. You can't stop my 220. I have 330 HP. I think Gita could be good, man.
Yeah.
Wait, Charizard EX, the new one?
What?
Are you using Gita onto?
No, I'm using it on Duraludon VMAX.
Oh, Duraludon. Oh, okay.
What?
Well, guys, I want to inform you of a very cool card called Mirage Gate.
That is true.
That is like the same card, but an item card.
That's actually so true. That's actually so true.
Can I use Mirage Gate on my first turn?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess.
Yeah.
I guess in a way you can. Do you know how much hard work that is? I have to have switch cards, and I have to have lost vacuums,
man.
and I have to.
I hate when my deck that's built to turn 1 Mirage Gate hits turn 1 Mirage Gate.
I can just go turn 1 Gita, Boost Shake. I'm 330 HP. Now what?
Turn 1 Cramorant, turn 2 Dragonite. Boom.
It's fine. It's fine. I'll also play some healing options. I'll play Crystal Cave, some more. So I'll be fine. It's okay.
Star Requiem.
There's Patrol Cap. That just came out.
What does that do?
You played 3 Lost Vacuum.
I didn't know. Oh, true. I didn't know what Patrol Cap did until last night. I was at a pre-release and someone pulled it. I was like, the heck does that thing do? I guess it blocks effects from attacks, abilities, trainer cards, or item cards and supporter cards on the Pokemon wearing it. Something like that.
I think it's about your deck, I think. I don't think it's
your deck? Oh.
It doesn't let you mill.
The dude said it's your Pokemon. Oh, never mind. That card's trash then.
Yeah.
Dude does something like, I think it stops, stop Sableye and everybody. Like, oh, wow, that's good. Never mind.
No.
I still think Gita could be good, though.
The scammer got scammed.
I'm not a scammer. I'm legit. But no, I think this new set has some interesting cards, but it's nothing like groundbreaking. I think 151 is going to be more of the same, really fun. We'll have to see what we get in November. We don't even know what that's going to be yet, so maybe that'll be give us a meta deck or something like that. Charizard's probably the only deck coming out of this set that's like going to be really good or pretty good.
Palafin though, Palafin.
Palafin's fun. It could be
Yeah,
fun.
Palafin is like, isn't it like 1 energy jet punch, 30 to something?
Yeah, 30-30. And then for
bench?
2 energy, it does 2.
Yeah, 2
210.
energy, 210 if it was put up into the active. Lost Box Palafin's being good in Japan, man. Deck's good.
I can see that being a thing. I would get that, like, if I'm running a league, I'm like, hey, this kid doesn't have a deck, give him Palafin. I can see that.
Yeah, wait, and then there's like T-Tar and stuff. That card's good too.
It was good in the pre-release. We all got bodied by T-Tar in the pre-release. Guy got a T-Tar out and we just got bodied by it. But like, in a regular format, I don't think it's gonna be that great. But no, I think Palafin could be fun. We were talking about Dre, our local out here. I gotta throw some shade at Dre. He had his stepdaughter playing Dondozo because he said it's simple and basic and she could play it. I'm like, bro, if you don't throw Dondozo away, Dondozo is what is he wishes he was Palafin. That's all it is.
Yeah, sure. Bro.
Yeah, throw Dondozo away.
It's the bigger guy who bullies the little kids because he wants to be the other kids.
Yeah, I just want to be like him when I grow up. I can't be him. You're right, Dondozo. You can't, man. Dondozo is worse. United Wings. That's all it is.
Yeah.
But no. Moving on. We got some Q&A. I'm gonna go through these questions real quick. See if we have any real questions. Normally, Subin snuffs them all out, but I don't know if we have any real ones this time. Okay, we have a question here. Astapod, thoughts on Vespa Queen EX? We forgot about that one.
I had Vespa Queen EX eventually. Vespa Queen EX, I think the card's good. I think that card is super playable, and if it gets a good enough engine, it's definitely good. Because you're pretty much just doing 200, going Halucha, 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 and then like you can go double Halucha.
That's too many Haluchas. Now they're just on the bench just for no reason. They're just on the bench now.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very, very, very good. I think Vespa Quinn's gonna be good eventually.
I don't think so. There's too many. You got to put down 2 Haluchas. Now they're just on the bench taking up bench space for no reason. There's no scoop up net anymore.
That's Tinglu. That's what Tinglu does.
I mean, to be fair, Tinglu's terrible though.
Okay.
Not with Gita.
Gita.
Not with Gita. I'm trying to tell you.
The same thing.
Not with Gita. Okay, watch. When this set drops on PTCGO, I'm gonna have like a 4-hour stream just playing decks with Gita.
Yeah, James.
I'll show you guys. I'll show you, James. I'll show you. Another question we have from Scavenger: where's Steuben? Anyone who's just tuning in and wondering where Steuben is, Steuben had a prior commitment. We were trying to get something done before these two went off the Worlds, and Steuben was like, "Hey, just do it without me." I'm like, "Bet." It's gonna be a lot more fun anyway. Funner, the funnest, funnier. It's gonna be fun. We're having a good time, right?
Yeah.
No, Steuben, man. And just to peel back the curtain behind the scenes, Steuben and I talked about doing solo episodes before and stuff like that, and going on without each other. Steuben done it a couple times because I had stuff come up. But I say, I tell Steuben, I said the best thing we have going on is our, dynamic. He's the laid back, serious one. I'm the funny, goofy guy, and it's just it's the yin and the yang.
Yeah.
You gotta have a good mixture. Which leads me to our next question. This is from Little Frizz. He said, "Give us your best Steuben impersonation, Gazer, and have you guys rated." I would need my curly wig or something like that. I don't have it on me right now. But I would talk real monotone like this, and I would say, "Gazer, why would?" I'm tired of your scams, Gazer. And just a lot of sighs and deep breaths, like I'm just frustrated with everything in the world and just everyone in general. Was that point on? Was that like Steuben? Was that spot on?
Awesome.
Close enough?
That was a good. That was a good.
He goes like, like when he gets worked up.
Oh.
That's like the tone of his voice.
Oh, hold on, I lost him. What'd you say?
He does this thing with his voice when he's all worked up. He goes like, the pace and tone of his voice.
If I used to have a wig where I used to put on the wig and like wear a beanie and like, hey, I'm Steuben, but I misplaced it. I got to come back with it. Maybe for my next stream I'll put it on or something like that. Looking for any more serious questions. Passmantude, Steuben. You guys, these questions you guys are jokes. You're a joke, Steuben. You're a joke, Passmantude. Okay, I found another question. Here we go. From Will Be Hidden. Can Gazer do his world famous Stone Journer cosplay? Will, you're also a joke. So no. Have you guys seen that though? Where I wear the Stone Journer box on my head and it's ridiculous. Never
No,
do.
I've not seen that.
Yeah, never doing that again. But yeah, I think that was our Ask the Pod segment. The most serious question was the Vespa Queen, which I don't think is that great. I don't think it's that
Seems
great.
fine. I think like, if you find a consistent way to charge it up, it seems okay.
I guess you would go. You could blow yourself up with Fortress, or you can go Cherim and attach to the Combi before you evolve it. Then evolve the Combi, I guess. There's ways to get it going, but I feel like getting the damage on board with 18 different Haluchas isn't a good play. So I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that card's good. There's no way that card's bad. In the Lost Zone box, you just put 10 on Comphase, and then you just go kill your attacker, kill your Comphase, go get off my table or something. I don't know. Be cocky about it. As soon as you Vespa Queen them, you have to be cocky. You have to be like, oh man, you're so bad. You're letting a bee kill you, man.
You're losing to my Vespa Queen deck? I
You're
can't
losing
believe
to
you.
a wasp.
All right, you guys, it's time for the game that's sweeping the nation. Everyone loves this game. I'm going to say this game is sponsored by Darkside Games in Las Vegas, Nevada. Check out darksidegames.com. Use code word GAL to save 10% on all singles. This game is going to be sponsored by Darkside. I decided that now. It's what's happening. Josh Hatter, Andrew, if you guys are listening, you guys sponsor this segment now. This is the Darkside segment. You guys sponsor this game. This game is called Where They From. James, you told me you've been setting up for this segment.
I've been studying.
You said you didn't want to, just do terrible. Lucas, you have no idea what's going on, do you?
No.
What's going to happen here? I'm going to give you guys 3 different Pokemon, and you guys have to tell me where they from. You guys can tell me the generation. You guys can tell me the region. You can say Unova. You can say Unova. You guys can say Kanto or Kanto. Whatever you guys want to say.
I'm so effed up. I'm so done.
Well, we'll let James has said he's been studying. He wants to, do well with this. So we'll let James lead you. So James will get the first question, Lucas will get the second, and James will get the last one, the follow-up question. Yep. These are going to be Pokemon who are kind of, forgettable. Where you're like, who's that guy? Where's he from? That's, so that's why we do it. Where are they from? All right, James, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. Your first Pokemon. Skitty.
Kitty?
Gotta be quick.
Um,
I'm sorry,
Gen
time's up.
4.
Okay, I'm gonna steal the point. Gen 3.
It's too late. It was his question, not yours. I'm sorry. Skitty Skitty is Gen 3. Lucas, how'd you know that so quickly?
Oh, it just made sense. I don't know.
It just makes sense.
It just felt like a Gen 3 mon.
James, you did all that studying for no reason.
I did.
We do have it if whoever has the highest score at the end of this season will win a dinner date with myself and Steuben. We're going to Applebee's. So I don't know if you guys have ever been to Applebee's before. You guys had a chance to go to
Will you fly me out to
Applebee's.
California?
Yeah.
No, we come to you.
Oh, yo!
We come. But you guys are off to a bad start right now. You guys are 0 for 1. Our highest ranking is someone's gone 3 for 3 before. It was our
Great.
Breaker friends, Dark Legacy and Furrion, but they bribed us with codes, so they went 3 for 3. Their final question was Pikachu, and they got that one right. So
Okay, I need to appeal your decision. I need to appeal your decision. I knew that. I thought of Gen 3 the second you said that. I just didn't say it because I thought that James was supposed to say it. I didn't think I was supposed to
James
say
was supposed to say it, and he's the one who studied. I can't believe this.
it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
I need the point.
Lucas, I got one for you though.
Right.
Lucas, let's see if
Give
you
me
can get this
point
one
if I
right.
get Fine.
Okay, Snover.
Snover. That's Gen 5, right?
Lucas, I'm sorry. Snover's actually Generation 4.
No.
I was thinking that. No.
Snover's actually Generation 4. I'm sorry. You guys are 0 for 2. James, last question for you. Hopefully you guys get one and don't go 0 for. We never had anyone go 0 for before. That'd be pretty sad if you did that.
Can we at least get a half point for me knowing Skitty?
You get half a point. Yes. You guys have.
Thank you.
All right, James, last question for you. Last Pokemon. Pincurchin.
I don't know.
8.
Okay, you're right. Pincurchin is Generation 8.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I played Sword and Shield, so I know that.
Okay.
I didn't even remember what that Pokemon was.
I know that's the point.
The porcupine one.
Yeah, it's the porcupine one that lives under the sea.
No, you're thinking of
Pincurchin.
Pukamuku.
No, that's Pincurchin.
You're thinking of Pukamuku.
So Pincurchin is purple and yellow, and it's electric type.
Yeah, that's Pincurchin.
No, Pincurchin's electric type. Pukamuku's the water type.
Yeah, Pincurchin's the one that's under the sea, something red crab and mermaid.
You didn't see the remake, did you?
I didn't see the mermaid. No.
I haven't seen the remake either. I need to go see it though. I'm a big Little Mermaid fan. I like it. I'm a big Disney fan in general. My son's in there watching Moana as we speak. But I haven't seen the remake yet. I need to see that.
Yeah.
Should be good. So that was the game. Where are they from? You guys have 1.5 points. So you guys didn't do the worst. You guys are the first team to ever get half a point though. So congratulations on that.
Good job, Lucas.
Yeah, I think that deserves an Applebee's.
You guys, we're gonna wrap this pod up. This has been a blast. I appreciate you guys for being here. This is your chance to give any shout outs, anything you guys want to say. James, the floor is yours. I'll let you start out first, man. Where we can follow you, where can we find you at?
Find me on Twitter or X if you're cringe. At Professor Poke with 3 S's, one word. Also YouTube, the same tag. I haven't posted there in a while, but
YouTube hard, man. I don't blame you. YouTube hard. Too hard.
And then shout out to Lucas, who's my testing friend.
Shout out to
Yeah.
Lucas. And Lucas, any shout outs or where can we find you?
You can find me on Twitter at Lucas Oldale. Shout out to James. Shout out to the Tabletop Village group. They've been really helpful.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to the Zephyr Epic. Shout out to Zephyr Epic. Shout out to Wiser. Shout out to Treasure Chest. All awesome people. Awesome leagues. James, did you get my DM? We need to do the same. We need to do okay. I'm gonna count down, okay? And then we're gonna say the full word, okay? We're gonna say the full thing.
What a second.
Okay. 3, 2, 1. Bucket Hat Brigade! Yeah! It's just
A little out of sync, but I get the idea. I get what you guys are going for there. But no, you guys appreciate you guys coming through and hanging out. This has been a blast, man.
awesome.
You guys can find this podcast wherever you can find all podcasts: Spotify, Google, your iPhone, your Android. I wish Steuben was here for this part. He knows what to say. He likes to ramble on. But yeah, this episode was a.
Make sure to leave us a 3-star review.
3-star. We want 5 stars.
Okay, make sure to leave us a review. You can find us on Spotify, iTunes, Apple Music,
your Android phone,
anywhere you find
your
podcast.
computer.
Yep.
No, make sure you guys leave those reviews. We need those reviews. They're very helpful. But no, Lucas, James, appreciate you guys stopping through. This was the Gust to Win podcast. We are wrapping it up. We are out of there. See you guys.
Bye.